In this episode of Monthly Variation.
Then Jalen puts the call on mute. She's talking to Luke at this point. She says, "Okay, Luke, what is going on? You guys, welcome back to another episode of The One True Love in this Monthly Variations series." So we are back. I'm not even going to ramble because this is going to be a long behind. My bad. I have to hurry up and make this quick because this is going to be a long behind episode. So let's just get started. So we left off right here. Okay. So I'm going to backtrack a little bit. Jalen and Luke drive to the doctor's office in record time. Instead of it taking them 10 minutes, it took them 8 minutes because the traffic around the school was not bad. They met Jalen's mom inside the room and they switched off. Okay? Jalen's mom says, "Hey." Luke says, "Hello." Jalen's mom says, "Hello, Luke. How are you doing today?" Luke says, "I'm doing fine. How are you doing?" Well, Jalen says, "Hey, Mom, this is Luke." Jalen introduces Luke to his mom, and then his mom says, "Hello, Luke. How are you doing today?" And Luke says, "I'm doing fine. How are you doing?" Jalen's mom says, "I'm great. Thanks for asking. So I have to get going, but the doctor did come in and check Jackson. He gave him a shot that he was due for, so he should be back in and tell you what is wrong with him." Jalen, "Are you sure you have the time to take care of Jackson?" And Jalen says, "Yeah, Mom. It won't be a problem. I can take him home after I see what the doctor tells me. Then I can, well, let me just switch this. Then I can feed him, then lay him down so that he can take a nap because he looks so tired." Jalen's mom says, "Okay, have a good day." She's talking to Jackson at this point. She says, "Bye, baby boy. Mama will see you later. Feel better. Sissy and Luke are going to take good care of you today. See you later. It was nice meeting you, Luke." Luke says, "Nice meeting you too." Then they wait for another 2 minutes. The doctor comes in and starts telling Jalen, I spelled her name wrong, and Luke what is wrong with Jackson. So the doctor's name is Dr. Jeremiah. So this is going to be a boring part of the episode, so just bear with me. So Dr. Jeremiah says, and it's going to be like a little bit TMI, but it's okay. He says, "Okay, so I heard what was going on with Jackson, how he threw up and he had 2 diarrhea diapers. So I came to a conclusion that he has, I don't even know what that says, but we're going to continue. If anybody is a nurse, comment down below what that word says. I don't know. It is a very common condition that causes diarrhea and vomiting. It usually caused by bacterial or viral tummy bug. I am prescribing an oral rehydration salt. You can give him the oral powder since he's between the ages of 0 to 6 months. Oh, you should give him 30 milliliters to 90 milliliters every hour. Start by giving Jackson small amounts frequently. I would recommend 5 milliliters every 5 minutes. Then gradually increase the amount as tolerated. I'm going to call this prescription in to your local pharmacy." Jalen says, "Okay, I'll go and pick his meds up before we go home. Should I give it to him in a bottle?" Dr. Jeremiah says, "Yes. Then feel free to wait 5 minutes, and if he reacts well to the medication, then you can give him half of his regular bottle of formula." Jalen says, "Okay, Doc, we'll do." Dr. Jeremiah says, "I would like to see him back in 2 days to see how he's doing." And Jalen says, "Okay." So Dr. Jeremiah says, "Okay, well, I hope Jackson feels better, and I'll see you back in 2 days." And Jalen says, "Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Jeremiah. Bye." And he says, "Bye." So they put Jackson in the car, in his car seat. Then they schedule another appointment in 2 days. Then they go to pick up Jackson's meds, and they head home. So Jalen tells Luke, "Luke, can you bring him in and set his car seat on the couch?" Luke says, "Okay, I'm going to take him out of his car seat." Jalen says, "Okay, I'm going to go make his medicine so that I can give it to him." And Luke agrees. So they give Jackson his medicine, and then after 5 minutes, they give him 3 ounces of milk, but he only drank 2 ounces, 2 of the 3 ounces. They were able to burp him, and then Jalen and Luke try to put him to sleep. Jalen says, "Luke, we have one problem." Luke says, "What's wrong?" She says, "Once Jackson's asleep, I need to put him in his crib, which is in his room, but I would need you to grab his second baby monitor that is inside his closet. He says, okay, I'll grab it right now. Jackson refuses to go to sleep, and Jalen and Luke have tried everything they could to try to get him to take a nap. So Jalen decides to take him, lay him in his crib, turn on his sound machine, and then leave the room and see how that goes. After she tried that, in 2 minutes, Jackson was finally fast asleep, and Jalen and Luke could finally spend some quality time together. But before they began spending time together, Casey decides to FaceTime Jalen to see how her time with Luke went. What Casey doesn't know is that Luke is with Jalen, helping her take care of her younger brother Jackson. Chapter 4. Okay, Jalen says, Luke, what should I do? He says, I don't know. Maybe you should just tell Casey the truth, and I think that she will totally understand. She says, okay, thanks, Luke. You're so helpful. Then Jalen answers the FaceTime call. And it's how their FaceTime call goes. Jalen says, hey, Casey. Casey says, so how did it go? It went well. I have some good news for you. What is it? She says. My mom called while I was talking to Luke and told me that my brother was sick. So I asked Luke if he could help me take care of him. My mom said yes. And then Luke and I met my mom at the doctor's. She had to go back to work because she had an important meeting she had to go to. Casey says, aw, that's so nice that you're still hanging out with him. Jalen says, yeah, I didn't want to just cut our time short, so I decided to see if he wanted to tag along. Once he said yes, we took it from there. She says, that's awesome. I'm so happy for you. And Casey's mom calls her from downstairs. She's so nosy. Casey's so nosy that she just doesn't want to leave. So that's what happens. Okay, guys, I really gotta go. Wait, no. She says, okay, Jalen, I gotta go. My mom keeps calling me from downstairs. Tell Luke I said hi, and Luke chimes in, hey, Casey. She says, oh, hey, Luke. Casey's mom calls her again from downstairs. Okay, guys, I really gotta go before my mom gets upset. Have fun. I'll talk to you guys later. Jalen and Luke said bye, and it was like they jinxed it. Now that Casey and Jalen are done talking, Jalen and Luke can spend quality time together. So now, Jalen says, hey, Luke, do you know what time it is? Luke says, it's 3 o'clock. She says, good. My dad comes home at 5, so that means we get 1 hour to hang out with just the two of us, and then the second hour, spend time with you and Jackson. Luke says, hey, can I ask you another question? Sure, go ahead. Is there any chance I can meet some of your siblings? Jalen is a little skeptical. Sure. Let me FaceTime Grayson to see what he's up to right now. Then she FaceTime Grayson. Grayson answers, but the funny thing is, he's hanging out with Sebastian, Jessica, and James, and Logan. Which is like very, very, very strange because they barely hang out because they're so busy, but they're hanging out together today. Jalen says, hey, Gray. He says, hey. Then Sebastian chimes in and says, hey, Jalen. Jalen says, hey. Then Grayson says, what's going on? I have someone I want you and Sebastian to meet. They say, okay. Well, Grayson says, okay. Jalen says, this is my friend Luke. Luke says, hey, it's nice to meet you. Grayson says, hey, Luke. Then Jalen puts the call on mute. She's talking to Luke at this point. She says, okay, Luke. I just want to warn you that my brothers may ask you some questions to get to know you more. But this is totally normal. My brothers are protective of me when I introduce them to one of my friends. Luke says, okay, I'm used to this because my older sister was the same way for me. She always wanted to make sure she got a feel for my friends. I enjoyed it because it made the bond between the two of us stronger. Then Jalen unmutes the call. Grayson says, so, Luke, I assume you attend the same college as Jalen. He says, yes, I do. She says, okay. Grayson says, okay, what are you majoring in? Luke says, chemistry. I want to be a vet. Aw, you're an animal lover, Grayson says. Luke replies, yes, my favorite animals are puppies. I love how cute they are. Sebastian says, I love puppies. My wife has always wanted a puppy, but I just need to find the right one to fit our family. Luke says, yeah, your biggest factor is if you want a small, medium, or large dog. Then he cuts Sebastian off. So, Luke, I'm curious to know something. What is it? Jason says, Jalen, are you still there? Yeah? Okay, can Luke and I have some time to talk alone for like 10 minutes? Jalen says, sure, I'll be in my room if you need me. Just call me when you're done. Gotta fix it real quick. Grayson says, okay, will do. Sebastian says, bye, Jay. Bye. Okay, so now Grayson says, okay, Luke, since Jalen is gone, I have a few questions I want to ask you. How did you meet Jalen? Luke says, it was through one of her friends. And Grayson says, let me guess. It was Casey. Yes, she told me about Jalen, and I like what I heard, so I was excited to meet her. Grayson says, aw, that's so sweet. You know what, Luke? What? I think you and Jalen will make a perfect couple. You think so? Sure I do. I feel it is too early for me to ask her the question. It's only the first time I've really hung out with her. Grayson says, if you really like her, I say you go for it. If you wait any longer, she might meet another guy who she falls in love with. Then she could forget all about you. That's true, but I'm just nervous, and I think I should at least wait until the second or third time we hang out to ask her the question. Luke, you know... Sorry for the interruption. Luke, you know what? Luke, you want to know when I asked my girl the question? Sure. After the first date, I drove her back home, and she was getting out of the car, and I stopped and asked her to be my girlfriend. She immediately said yes. Then we dated for almost 3 years. It was on our 3rd anniversary that I asked her to marry me. Did it seem awkward that you only went on your first date? Because Jalen and I just met, and I haven't gone on a date with her yet. It's okay. If you really love her, why don't you just tell her that? You never know what might happen. You're right. Well, I guess I should call her back down so I can ask her. There you go. Here's what I'll do. I'll go to the steps so she doesn't see that you're on FaceTime, then I'll ask her the question. Okay. I'll be here for moral support. Okay. Chapter 5. Luke walks to the steps and calls Jalen downstairs. Keep in mind that Grayson is still on FaceTime in the living room, but he has put himself on mute so that he doesn't interrupt Luke. Luke says, Jalen. Yes, Luke? Can we talk for a minute? Sure. Jalen comes out of her room a few minutes later. Luke, what is it you want to talk about? Okay, Jalen. I know we just met, but I think you're very pretty. I have had so much fun hanging out with you today, helping you take care of your brother Jackson, while also getting to meet your mom and meeting some of your siblings. I just wanted to tell you how much I love you. I wanted to know, will you be my girlfriend? Since Grayson's on mute, Jalen and Luke cannot hear Sebastian and Grayson cheering Luke on. Aw, Luke! While Jalen is speaking, you can see Luke's face turning red. He's nervous, but super excited to hear Jalen's response. So she says, "Oh, Luke, I love how sweet you are. I would love to be your girlfriend and start our journey together." Grayson and Sebastian couldn't be more excited for them. Jalen and Luke kiss, and then they walk back into the living room where Jalen sees Grayson is still on FaceTime. Grayson and Sebastian, what are you doing? Oh, we were here to morally support Luke. He was so nervous to talk to you, so we wanted to calm him down by knowing that we were here for him. Oh, that's so sweet. Jay, I'm so happy for you. Thanks, Grayson. Hey, Luke. Yeah? Congratulations, man. I'm so excited for you. I just wanted to say thank you for all your help. Jackson starts crying. This means that he has woken up from his nap. I hate to cut this conversation short, but I gotta go. Jackson just woke up. Okay, talk to you later. Bye, Jay. Bye, Luke. Bye. Bye. Nice meeting you. Nice meeting you, too. I'm going to get Jackson. No, I'll get him, Luke says. Okay. Do you want to watch a movie together? Sure. Luke goes to get Jackson, takes him out of his crib, changes his diaper. He sees that Jackson still is not feeling good, so he grabs Jackson's medicine that is on his dresser, then goes to get another dosage ready for him. Just to make sure it is okay to give him more meds, Luke reads a prescription. Give 1 dose every 2 hours to Jackson. Okay, buddy, you were asleep for an hour, so it's not quite time for you to get more meds, but you seem hungry, because you keep trying to eat your fingers, so let's sneak past Jalen, and I'll go make you a bottle. Jalen says, is everything okay in there? Yeah, everything's fine. Hey, Jalen. Yeah? Could you go to my car and get my computer? My keys are by the door. Okay, be right back. Jalen closes the door, and Luke and Jackson go into the kitchen to make Jackson's bottle. Luke puts Jackson in his seat. He hurries to get the bottle ready and puts it in the bottle warmer. It takes Jalen a minute to search for Luke's computer. Since Jackson is in his seat, Luke goes to check on him. They play for a minute until his bottle is done. Then he hurries to get the bottle. In the meantime, Jackson starts crying because he's really hungry. "I'm coming, buddy. Give me a second." Perfect temperature. "Okay, buddy." He picks up Jackson, sits him on the couch, and starts feeding him his bottle. So Jalen's outside in Luke's car. "I don't see Luke's computer anywhere." Walks inside. "Luke, I couldn't find your computer." "It's fine. Let's watch a movie." "Okay, let me go." She walks up to Luke and sees him feeding Jackson. This melts her heart. "Luke, you're so sweet." "What do you mean?" "Oh, I want to surprise you and feed Jackson for you." "Thanks, that's so nice of you." Jalen goes and finds a movie to watch, sits next to Luke. Luke feeds and burps Jackson, puts him back in his little chair. He rocks Jackson. After a few minutes, he falls asleep again. He sees that Jalen has scooted over to the other side of the couch, so he moves Jackson a little closer to her so that he can watch him in case he wakes up. He sits next to Jalen, waits a few minutes, puts his arm around her, and halfway through the movie, he sees that Jalen put her head on his shoulder and has fallen asleep. Luke, being a nice guy, moves Jalen so that she is laying down with her head on his lap. He finds a blanket on the couch, puts it on Jalen, and gives her a kiss on the cheek. Then he lets her and Jackson sleep while he watches the rest of the movie. So this is where chapter 6 starts, and I'm going to end this part of the Monthly Variation series right here. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of The One True Love. Hopefully you like how juicy this story is getting. Hopefully you're learning more about the characters, learning more about Luke and Jalen. Now you know that Luke and Jalen are now a thing. So now the story will make so much more sense because it is about to get extra juicy in the next couple of chapters. What I'm trying to do is conclude this story at 10 chapters. Either 10 or I think I might do like 15. But I don't know. Comment down below if you think I should end it at 10 chapters or if I should end it at 15 chapters. Because I'm already at chapter 6 and it still is not as juicy as it's going to be in the next chapters. But what I want to say now is thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And I will talk to you guys on the next episode of the One True Love Monthly Variations episode. Peace.